welcome to That's Based. Happy Wednesday. You made it to hump day, middle of the week, you lazy cretins. It's your first week back in the office where you actually have to do something, because I know none of you did any work these last 2 weeks. So it's your first week back. Welcome back. Welcome back to reality. No more pissing off in holiday games and you get out early and they buy you shit at the happy hour and none of that. You're back. Back to hell. Back to hell, and you got nothing off till Memorial Day. So I hope you feel fucking great about that. I hope it counted. I hope you made it. I hope you soaked it in, because you got nothing for 4 months but grinding and hell ahead of you. Unless you've got like a government job or a bank job, then I think they sprinkle in like a couple of fake holidays. But other than that, you got nothing for 4.5 months. So you better hunker down and start worrying about the company's bottom line, okay? Your boss has paid me to tell you this, because I know most of you listen to this at work anyway. So that's our sponsor for the day, is wherever you guys work at. I'm your host, as always, Caleb Salvatore, reporting from somewhere underground. We're laughing our way through the end of days. Brought to you by Outlaw Streamers Live 365 on Chris Baker Radio. Stockholm Mia, the red face of white supremacy's here with us. Per usual, it is Unsolicited Advice, where she has found some folks online who really, really need some help, but they don't want it from us, because we're going to be assholes about it, thus the unsolicited portion. But I would say our advice is probably what they need to hear, right? Would you say that, Mia?
Yeah.
Probably what
I
they
think so.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been wrong on this show. So I think if they're going to go to anybody, it might as well be me. Do you have any teasers for this?
Let's see which ones. You'll find out.
Okay. I'm kind of worried. Is there piss? Is there shit? Is there vomit? Is there...
There is vomit.
Okay, vomit I can deal with.
Yes.
Vomit, honestly, of the three, is the one I can deal with the most. Piss is just gross, and then because it stinks, and then shit is disgusting. Shit is completely disgusting. Blood doesn't bother, but I grew up hunting, so blood doesn't bother me at all. Can I vent for a second? Can I vent? So it's the first of the year, and in light of people being, murdered for disagreeing with the left, I've decided, as someone who is kind of a public figure, that we need to upgrade our life insurance policy. Now, I know the guy that I was talking to listens to this show. We're going through you. Don't worry. I'm just need to pick up the phone and call you. We're going through you, though. Don't worry. But I've been looking for a bigger life insurance policy. And I've got to vent about something here. This has been bothering me. Do you know what pisses me the fuck off? What pisses me off is that I have to pay more money every month because I smoke like a cigar a month. I have to pay, because I smoke a cigar a month, I have to pay like $25 a month more than the guy who has 3 donuts a day. What the fuck is wrong with this country? Can I rant? Like, are we serious? It's pure evil! I mean, it really is. It really is. How about we... I feel like these life insurance companies, they should do a little bit more should go into this, right? Like, hey, how about you have me and that guy walk up a flight of stairs and we'll see who wins. Spoiler alert, it'll be me, because I won't have to stop halfway up. And then, how about this? How about if I can do more push-ups than him, every push-up I can do more than him is $1 off of my policy and $1 onto his. I don't know who this guy is, this hypothetical guy, but I know he exists because I know this is how these companies operate. It just infuriates me to no end. And I would never lie on an insurance claim. Ever. Okay. Which one should I do first?
You can start with the vomit one.
Let's get it out of the way. She's a 21-year-old female writing this. Boyfriend, 22 male, gets so jealous over his brother, 26 male's girlfriend, 28 female, that he cries until he vomits. Wow. That's, you might have some problems there, honey. My boyfriend Jake and I are high school sweethearts and share an apartment with his brother Finn. I didn't know people named their kids Finn. I thought that was only something you saw on TV. I didn't know people. What is that short for? Oh, Phineas? Or Finland? It says, Finn has been seeing a woman named Bonnie for the past 3 months. They met over Tinder, and with certain restrictions lifting, we're finally... Oh, this must be during COVID. Oh, this is 2020. Okay. With certain restrictions lifting, we're finally getting to spend time with her in real life. She's a really great person, and she and Finn are stupidly into each other. Well, yeah, I mean, back then, he's probably the first human being either of them had seen that wasn't a delivery guy. Because for whatever reason, we deemed them expendable. Remember that? So it makes sense, right? It says, accidentally finishing each other's sentences in love, staring at each other with big gooey eyes in love. It's kind of gross, but kind of sweet. This ends one way, murder-suicide. A couple of days ago, I noticed that Jake's been acting weird. He's been a lot quieter and a bit colder to me, going to bed early, getting up late. I tried to kiss him. He turned away. Yesterday when Finn was out, I asked what was up with him. He started off kind of hostile, but I said I was really feeling hurt. He blew up. Summarize. He told me he was rethinking our entire relationship after listening to his brother talk about Bonnie. He said that Bonnie asked for Finn's preference when she cut her hair and didn't get bangs when he said he thought they looked stupid when I got a pixie cut without asking Jake what he'd think first. What is a pixie cut?
It's like short.
Like Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah, like Ellen DeGeneres.
I'd be pretty pissed if you got a pixie cut without asking me. I'm not going to lie. Be pretty upset. It said, he said that Bonnie gave Finn a blowjob every night before bed and 1 a.m. when he woke up. Just routine blowjobs. My dick hurts thinking about that. When I don't really like oral, giving a receipt. Hold up, pause. Who talks about blowjobs with their brother? I don't. Is this a regular thing? Like, so how many a week are you getting? I've never had that conversation with my brother or anybody for that matter. I don't know. Is he spying on them? Does the brother know that he knows? He said, I never offer to give him massages or pack his lunch. Is he 12? Why do you need your girlfriend to pack your lunch, dude? She could put it in a little brown paper bag and cut your peanut butter jelly sandwiches into hearts, you fucking pussy.
Put a little note in there.
A little note in there. Have a good day at work, sweetie. The fuck is the matter with this man-child? It says, for clarification, I do things for him all the time, but we've never been lovey-dovey. We don't even celebrate Valentine's Day. His suggestion, great. Valentine's Day's a scam. You should go get dinner and do nothing else. Do not partake in that scam Hallmark holiday. We both always agreed it was stupid and unrealistic. In fact, we always used to make fun of people for being sappy and definitely gave Finn hell for a bit over being so goofy. He was crying by the end of it, saying that he felt sick over missing out on someone who would love him that much. I said that I loved him, but he didn't want to hear it. He started gagging and threw up a little because he was crying. So you married or you're dating a pussy. You're dating a pussy. You have to pack this guy's lunches for him. You fucking, he doesn't stop and get that gas station hot dog like a man over his lunch hour. Just eat your guts up. You're going to spend another 45 minutes at work in the bathroom because of that gas station taquito, what it just did to you. It says steak on the roller at the Quick Trip, but you don't know what's actually in there. It says steak, but it looks like the Fancy Feast cat food. But you get it anyway because it's 2 for $3.50. And you're not a pussy who has his girlfriend pack his lunch for him in the morning. And it eats at your stomach, and you spend 45 minutes in the bathroom at work, but that's on the clock. So fuck them. Who cares? And then you go home, and you spend another 45 minutes in the bathroom because the taquito rallied, and it's coming back on its second wind, and you don't talk to your girlfriend for those 45 minutes. And that's when she can sit out there and do her TikToks, or she can try to make dinner or whatever. That's going to try to salvage whatever's left of your stomach for the day that steak, that $3.50 taquito did to you. Said for Claire, he was crying by the end of it. Said he started gagging, threw up a little bit because he was crying so hard. I didn't know what else to do, so I got him some water and went to bed. I went to work early and I've been hanging out at a coffee shop, but I have to go home soon. I'm just imagining her just sitting at a Starbucks. Just like, I can't go home to this pussy. I have no idea where to go from here or what to say to him. I don't even know if we're still together. Help just with all of this shit. So did they break up? Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the update. I'm single. I came home. Jake was gone. Finn was there, asked if I could sit down for a bit. He wouldn't give me the exact details. He said he and Jake had talked while I was out. Showed me text to prove it. Apparently, he never shared any of the details with his brother, but Jake had been able to hear them moan through the walls when Bonnie stayed. Oh, so I was right. She said it wasn't a bro talk or anything after all. Like I've said, I've never with any of my boys done a blowjob inventory. It's never been a topic for discussion. I know women will get a little bit more intimate with the things they talk about with other women. It's not a guy thing. Not at all. Not when you're married, not when you got a long-term girlfriend. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys really have the like deep talks about your sex lives with each other? Is that a thing?
Not really.
I thought you did.
I mean, it depends.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, I've never walked in with my boys, but
It
fuck
depends
my
on
wife
how many
last night.
drinks we've had in us.
That's true, yeah. No, but I've never walked in and seen my boys at poker night and go, yeah, fuck my wife last night. Like, you're married. Congrats. So, yeah, so he was spying on him. Do I need to read anything else? Is anything else important here? I see something about 200 Funko Pops.
Yeah, just how she had to like clean out his room and pack up 200 Funko Pops that he had.
So she's rooming with the brother now?
She's moving out.
Okay.
But she had to like pack up everything because he
couldn't do it himself.
Yeah.
Man child. Can't do it himself. What is it? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear who's in the right here. I mean, listen, not everyone shows love in the most conventional of ways. What you're seeing, I'll put on my serious hat for a second here. What you're seeing with the brother and the girlfriend is a combination of things. Number one, it's puppy love. They've been together 3 months. The honeymoon phase is going to end. It's like literally chemically impossible for you to be ooey gooey over someone like that until the end of time. Your brain will not allow you to do it. You do not have the dopamine. It would quite literally kill you. You can look it up. It would force you. Yeah, it's crazy. But so you're seeing puppy love combined with the fact that this is COVID, and my guess is this is in a place where there were actually some restrictions because this was posted in September of 2020, and they're talking about just being let out like animals, you know. So these are the first people they've come in contact with that weren't close friends and immediate family would be my guess. So you're seeing a combination of those things. And it's also, like I said, not everyone shows love the same way. I mean, there are just, and it's it's just some people's personalities. It's their experiences growing up. I mean, Mia, I'm not an affectionate person, am I?
Not really.
But you know I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's never been a question. You just have to get used to it that different people show it in different ways, and you know they'll show up for you in other ways just because they're not all over you. I don't like to post pictures of us all over Facebook and Instagram. I've never been like that type of person. She isn't either, which is fine because I think those people are fucking annoying. We don't need to see pictures of you and your husband or your boyfriend all over social media every day. We don't need to see that. Believe me, we're good. You want to post a picture from a wedding? Fine. You want to post, hey, happy birthday? Fine. We don't need 3 paragraphs. I don't need a fucking biopic about how much you love your husband. Shut the fuck up. No one wants to see that. Do you know what people do when you write, when it's your husband's birthday and you post 80,000 pictures of him and tag him and you write 19 paragraphs about how do you people, listen, I work in media and art, right? That's my thing. I can't write that much shit. Where are you guys having ChatGPT write these posts for you every year? Are you recycling them? How are you doing this? How are you coming up with a new post for every birthday, anniversary, Valentine's Day? What the fuck are you doing? Stop. Nobody wants to see it. When people see your post that's 19 paragraphs long, wishing your boyfriend of 3 years a happy birthday, you know what they do? Even the ones that like it, they roll their eyes and cringe because that's what it is. And then some of them will go on to post their own. But this is a public service announcement. If you take nothing else from this show, stop with the fucking long-winded anniversary and birthday posts for your significant others. We don't give a flying fuck. We don't care. Stop doing it. Do you agree?
Yes.
Thank you. Nobody wants to see it. It makes you all look bad. Here's a novel concept. You want to hear this? I bet these people have never thought of this because they live on social media for other people's validation. And I know you'll be like, Caleb, you've got a talk show. Don't you live for other people's validation? No! People threaten to kill me every week on here. Of course I don't live for validation. You click, I get paid. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. I could not care less. No, I don't live for other people's validation. Here's a novel concept, though, that you guys have never thought about. And this is going to be world-shattering to a lot of you. Mind just totally mind-blown here. You ready for this? But yeah, I don't think they're ready for this advice here. If it's your significant other's birthday, instead of writing 27 paragraphs about how much you love them on Facebook, walk into the other room and tell them happy birthday. Walk into the other room, tell them happy birthday, and you know what? Maybe even give them like a card. Not a present, give them a card. Give them a card and write your thoughts on that. That's cute.
But then everyone on your social media wouldn't know.
Oh, no. How will they know? How will they know? Do you know what I genuinely, when the more I see people, and I'm not saying this is true in every case, this isn't a blanket statement, but the more I see, whenever I see couples that like fawn over each other all over social media, if they've been together for less than 2 years, because the 2 years is still like the honeymoon phase, so I try to be fair, right? People are still whatever, but if they've been together less than 2 years and more than 2 years, and they're still fawning all over each other on social media, I assume there's something wrong. There's something wrong, and they are projecting. That's some type of defense mechanism there. They want people to think things are better than they are, so they're writing it out to make it look like it's better. That's what I think when I see that, and I think a lot of people agree with me about that. I think it shows the more you post about your significant other on social media, and again, I'm not talking about the people that will occasionally post like a vacation picture. That's not what I'm talking about. You know the people I'm talking about. The more you post, the more the average people think there's some type of insecurity in your relationship, and the more they're probably right. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is brought to you by Hot Salt, who probably doesn't want to sponsor me anymore. That rant. Firecracker.farm with the promo code BASED. You'll save 10% off your order at the checkout on Hot Salt. Hot Salt's a combination of Mediterranean sea salt, scorpion pepper, Carolina Reaper, and ghost pepper, and it goes great on everything. It's made on a family farm with love right here in the good old US of A. Why don't you enhance your dining experience now? You all said you wanted to cut off some of the extra LBs going into the new year. Well, great. We all know you're not going to succeed at your New Year's resolution, but why don't you at least say you tried and you got rid of the sauces and you replaced them with a spice? That's like 300 calories a meal right there. Firecracker.farm with the promo code BASED, BASED, like the title of the show. You'll save 10% off your order at the checkout, and you won't be able to blame me for why your New Year's resolution to lose weight failed this year. All right. This one's just called Am I the Asshole? That's the title. I'm going in blind. I have no idea. I don't pre-screen these. I don't know what's coming up next.
Do you want me to give you like a rundown, or do you want to just go?
No, let's go. Let's raw dog this. Let's go right in.
All right.
So my fiance has a 12-year-old daughter. I love her, of course, but she's very difficult. She's demanding and only comes over if we are either doing something fun or if it benefits her in some way. Her mother encourages her bad behavior. Her lips and bad behavior. Sorry, it's a lot of you guys probably don't know that song. Anyways, I bought my daughter, 13 years old, an iPhone 13 this past summer. Poor. No, I'm kidding. Is that what I have? Do I have an iPhone 13? Yeah. Okay, I gotta remember what I had. They're on like 17 now. That's why I saw it. And I know Mia's got a family member that is 13 years old and asking for an iPhone 17, or was, for Christmas. This past summer for getting good grades and doing 2 sports the last school year. Well, over the summer, her phone got taken away and she went back to Android. Oh no, the horror! I had this problem growing up too. My iPhone got taken away and I had to go back to Android. I couldn't have. Oh my God, I would have killed myself if this happened to me when I was 13 years old. If I had to downgrade.
Kill your fucking selves!
If I had to downgrade to a lesser brand of smartphone, I don't know what I would have done. Oh my God. It says, over the summer, her phone got taken and she went back to Android due to her doing things she wasn't supposed to. What? How does that teach her any lesson? What if she likes the droid better? Then she's just gonna keep acting out. People fucking suck. Like, the fact I'm assuming this isn't the point of the story, am I right? The phones?
Yeah.
It's not?
Well, the phones are, but not...
Not the downgrade?
Yeah, not the downgrade.
The fact that people write this and don't, without thinking twice, and don't see anything wrong with it, shows what's wrong with this country. Is that kids are being raised by morons. Truly, that's what's wrong with this country. Is you look at this, somebody can write, oh, I punished my daughter by making her have a lesser didn't even take the phone. Just making her have a lesser smartphone. That's what's wrong with this country. You people don't know what punishment means. I'm not saying beat the shit out of your kids, but this is not a punishment. Fast forward to now, I have the iPhone in my drawer for when my daughter matures enough to either get it back or in case one of our phones break. I love it. I love the punishment. Until you start acting your age, you got to text with the green bubbles. That's my favorite. I love this so much. My fiance comes to me and asks, hey, my daughter wants a new iPhone. She already has one, and her mom won't buy her one. So can I have the one in the drawer to give to her? She really wants a new phone. I don't feel comfortable for these reasons. My mom bought the phone for my daughter, so I don't just want to take it from her and give it to another kid. My fiance's phone is on his last leg. He originally wanted it, but chose to give it to his daughter, so she'll be happy. It was bought as a gift because my daughter accomplished her goals last year, and his daughter constantly misses school and doesn't do what she needs to do. Well, it sounds like this daughter should get the Android. But, I mean, if this is what we're going off of here, when she's at our house, she locks herself in her room all weekend and stays on her phone and talks to no one. So to me, that's just enabling the behavior by getting her a newer phone. When I brought this up to him, he reacted emotionally and said, do you just not like my kid? Which baffled me. So in y'all's humble opinion, am I the asshole for feeling this way? Side note, we've already spent $500 on clothes for her for Christmas because she only comes over in her PJs with her phone charger. No extra clothes, no toothbrush, nothing. Okay, well, I mean, if it's your kid, you kind of probably should have some clothes and a toothbrush at the house, right? I don't know. That's just my idea.
She said in the comments, she was responding to a comment later on that she takes them. Whenever she leaves, she takes them with her.
Mm-hmm.
She takes everything with her and brings nothing back.
That's fucking stupid. Tell the kid to stop.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, they can't I guess they could make her pack a bag, but
yeah, I mean,
she takes everything with her when she leaves, so they just have to keep buying her
that's
new
idiotic.
stuff.
No, I'd stop buying her. Hey, this is just poor parenting. Hey, you're gonna live in your PJs until you leave your clothes over here. This is not a difficult equation. You're making it one. She ends up taking her clothes to her house, and we don't ever see them again. We spent over $1,500 on clothes. What? I don't think I spent $1,500 on clothes of myself in the last 5 years. And we have nothing in our house anymore. That is not your fault. Not a dime more gets spent on clothes for this little brat, first and foremost. That's done. She doesn't get another thread. Nothing. Nothing at all. Bring the clothes over. Leave them there. That's what they're there for. For the love of God, that's insane. I'm trying to follow what's even... So this is about the phone wars here. How about this? I believe everyone involved in this story should die. Why don't we use that sound effect? That's my first
I believe
one.
everyone involved in this story should die.
That's my first reaction to this. I mean, it's not the kids' fault that you're shit parents and you raised them poorly. What? How about this? How about am I a reactionary for saying this? Am I going too far back, too old school? Maybe a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old don't need a smartphone? Am I off the beaten path for saying that? Am I out of line? Maybe your 12 and 13-year-old don't need a smartphone to begin with. I'm all for the flip phones. I love it. Not all modern technology is bad. It's good that if your kids are in trouble, they can get a hold of you. I don't have a problem with the flip phones. Buy them 4 flip phones so they can run around like little drug dealers for all I care. They don't need a fucking smartphone. I don't care if it's an iPhone. I don't care if it's an Android. I don't care if it's one of those Huawei things that they don't sell here because the Chinese use them to spy on us. I don't care what it is. It doesn't buy. I don't care. They don't need a smartphone. That's where you went wrong. And I know you're going to say, you guys are going to say I'm dodging the question on this one. That's the truth. Your 12 and 13-year-old should not have a smartphone. They shouldn't. Oh, but the other kids at school have a smartphone. The other kids are gender-confused goblins on pills. Good. Let them have all the fucking bullshit they want. Great. I don't care. The other kids' parents have been transitioning them to change gender since they were 6 years old. Maybe they don't have all the answers. One of the other kids is bound to walk into school with a gun someday. Maybe their parents don't have all the answers. Am I ranting too much today? How would you solve this? You've been quiet today, mainly because I've been screaming this entire time.
Yeah, a little bit.
The dog is asleep. That's my favorite part of this whole thing. He's asleep. He's so used to this because he's sat in on like 100 episodes now that he just sleeps through the screaming.
And he's scared of everything.
And we have a quiet house outside of this show. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
There's not much noise going on at this house.
No. Yeah. He's scared of everything, but he's fine being in here with your screaming.
He knows it's not an angry scream. Yeah. That's why. He knows it's a showmanship. Anyway, what were you saying?
No, I mean, I don't think she should give up her daughter's phone to the stepdaughter.
Completely agree.
I mean, just because realistically, they're not going to take, like being realistic, they're not going to take away her daughter's Android phone. Like, that's not an option. But no, I don't think the stepdaughter deserves the daughter's iPhone because, I mean, that wasn't even something that the mom bought. That was a present from the grandma. Yeah. So why should the stepdaughter get something? Yeah, no, that's not as worse. Communists. Yeah. That's this Doron Mamdani parenting. Yeah, that's not even rightfully like in the family hers, if that makes sense. So like, no, she has no right to it. And the dad's an asshole for pushing her to. Well, the dad's a shitty dad. Yeah, he's just a shitty dad. I think both of them are kind of shitty parents because it sounds like both of the daughters are just little brats, menaces. Yeah. And both the parents are not working together at all. They are like opposing teams when they should be one. It's like you've got a fucking free-for-all of 4 people going on in this house, and then God only knows what other influences are coming on externally. Here's a word of advice to you guys. If you are dating someone that has a child, and you also have a child, or you want to have a child, and this person is a shitty parent to that child, run for the hills. If this person is a bad parent with their own child, their own flesh and blood, what on earth makes you think they will be any better as a step parent to somebody else's kid? Run like the hills. If you don't have a kid and you want to have a kid, there's your future. You ready to do all the work? That's what it looks like right there. You're going to be co-parenting with a moron when you inevitably get divorced. And then it's going to only become more difficult. So, good luck. There's your fear. Don't say I didn't warn you. This show is just me warning people and people ignoring the warnings. That's all that ever happens. Whether it's this or politics or whatever, you're all just going to do what you're going to do anyway. Nobody listens to me until it's too late. And then they go, wow, he was right. And we play the clips and I say, hey, 90% of the things I predict on this show come true. And you go, wow, we should listen to that guy in the future. And then you don't.
I mean, you listen, you tune in, but you're not hearing what's being said. Okay, last one. Do I need to read the edit? Or should I read the edit last?
Read the edit last.
Okay. Am I the asshole for giving my pregnant girlfriend an ultimatum? Oh boy. If there's one thing I love, it's riling up pregnant women. It is, that's the only thing I love more than riling up pregnant women is firing them. That's my favorite thing to do. That was a joke. You can't sue me. My girlfriend Jen and I have been together for 4 years. What? My girlfriend Jen and I have been together for 4 years back in April. 2 great things happened. We found out Jen is pregnant, and I closed on a house for us to move into. What could possibly go wrong? A wedlock baby and co-signing on a mortgage before I do. What could possibly go wrong here? Our family and friends know about the pregnancy, including Jen's best childhood friend, Amanda. I will admit, I never liked the dynamic between Amanda and Jen, but it did not really affect our relationship since Amanda lived across the country. After finding out about the pregnancy, Amanda decided to move back home. We live in Jen and Amanda's hometown. Why? Like, there's no scenario where I'd like, oh, my friend's having a kid. I better move halfway across the country. How little does Amanda have going on in her life that she can do that? It's not like it's your daughter having a kid. You want to be there to help raise. It's your friend. Fuck off, dude. Get a life of your own. Amanda's been back since late May, and all hell has broken loose. Jen has always felt a little... It's Amanda's baby. That's the plot twist. Jen has always felt a little self-conscious in our relationship. I work construction, do personal training. She feels intimidated by small girls, but I have no idea why. She is a sexy as fuck woman with amazing curves. Code word for a fatty. Just saying. Amanda has done nothing but played into Jen's insecurities and anxiety since being back. Jen and I have never been the tracking location couple or looking through phones couple. We always considered that a red flag in a relationship. Amanda has convinced Jen that she needs to start doing that. So she has been, and I will say, sharing locations is fine because shit happens. If you're like obsessively checking it, sure, that's a problem. But when your wife says, hey, I'm going to be home from my hair appointment at 3:00 and it's 2:45 and you want to know if you can play one more game of college football without having to get ready to go to dinner tonight, and you check to see if she's left the hair place yet, it does come in handy. It doesn't always have to be used in a controlling, abusive setting. It does come in handy for that reason. Amanda's done nothing but played in Jen's... Oh, it says... Amanda... tracking location. We've always considered that a red flag. She's convinced Jen she needs to start doing that, so she's been looking through my phone on a regular and finding nothing. I've communicated my hurt and frustration that I think she needs to distance herself from Amanda. She kept rebuffing my concerns. About 2 weeks ago, Jen asked to look through my phone. I told her in no uncertain terms that this will be the last time she looks through my phone. If she again sees nothing suspicious, then she needs to agree to counseling and distance herself from Amanda. She agreed, looked through my phone, found nothing suspicious, but she soon reneged on her promise to do counseling and distancing herself from Amanda. So she just does whatever she wants. I decided to move out. We're currently on a month-to-month lease in an apartment until renovations get done in the house I bought. I'm staying with a friend. For the love of God, tell me she's not on the mortgage. Please tell me you didn't put her on the house. I'm just staying with a friend until the house is ready, and then I will move in alone. Jen has asked me to reconsider. I refuse. She will likely need to move in with her mother, which is not ideal given the limited space, which I feel terrible about for my child. So it says, edit 1. I'm fully aware Jen has raging hormones. Trust me, I was dealing with a lot more than just her insistence on searching my phone constantly. Number 2, I have been doing individual counseling for 6 years. I want to do couples counseling and Jen to do individual counseling. 3, I left because she lied to me. You've got a side. What have I told you guys time and time again on this show? There is nothing. Not a hot coworker, not an old flame moving back into town across the street from you. Nothing more dangerous to a happy relationship than a bitter single girlfriend. A bitter single female friend will drag your wife, or not wife, but will drag your girlfriend into the depths of hell with her because she needs to bask in the misery with somebody else. She wants to feel that her shitty life decisions aren't as shitty as they really are and have somebody else to share it with her. That's what it's all about for these women. You've got to be very, very careful. I'm not saying you tell your wife, your girlfriend, they can't be friends with these women, but keep your eye on them. The signs are usually there early, and you can avoid a situation like this guy had with Jen, and you won't have to be a deadbeat dad and abandon your child. Although I don't think he's actually abandoning his child. I just wanted to add that for dramatic effect. However, this is how this plays out. They will drag them down 70% of the time into the pits of hell with them. I've told you guys this time and time again. Once again, you can choose to do what you will with my sage advice on this show. I'm just giving you advice. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Pinky said it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Lock your woman in a cage.
Exactly.
Hashtag free Caleb wife.
I have to go back into my cage.
Back to your cage
with the show.
Your cage is voluntary. What are you talking about? That's you brought it here. That was yours before we met. Give you one more piece of advice. We opened the show about cigars and tobacco. Now I guess I can't call this advice because I'm not a doctor. And you should always talk to a doctor. But do you know what I read today? Something very interesting, Mia. I was doing my usual perusing of medical journals, and I read a take from a doctor that I think might be some really good news to a lot of people in our audience. This doctor, among many others, believes, this is him, not me, that if you, at the end of the day, when you've had a long day from work, decide you want to come home and have a beer at 6 o'clock, or decide you even want to, God forbid, light up a cigarette, one cigarette, that if that's what it takes for you to de-stress from a long day and take the edge off, that one cigarette or that one beer is a net positive on your health. That if the stress reduction from having a beer or having a smoke in extreme moderation is actually good for you. They even went as far to say that if you've got 3 or 4 nights a year where you want to go out and get blitzed with your friends, that's actually a net positive on your health. Because if you're not constantly consuming large volumes of alcohol, then you're not doing any serious damage to your liver long term, right? But the stress control and the benefits you get from social interactions with your friends are a net positive and will make you live longer. Talk to your doctors. I'm not an expert. I'm just passing on the information I have. It becomes a problem when one cigarette turns into a pack a day, the same way it becomes a problem when one beer becomes a 6-pack a day. So, of course, do everything in moderation and do it responsibly. But all I'm saying is if you got to have a beer at the end of the day or a couple beers on a Friday night, or maybe you've had enough and you light up 1 or 2 cigarettes a day, maybe you just don't need to feel all that guilty about it. Because it's not hurting you. It might actually even be helping you a little bit more than it's hurting you. What do you think about that? You ever consider that?
Never. I've heard about like a glass of wine.
Well, that's good for your heart, supposedly. Like glass of red wine. Yeah, not white. But if you go to bloodofTyrants.com and you get their white wine, that wine is good for you. If you use the promo code BASED, you'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. Or if you just want to play it safe and get the red Merlot wine, you'll also use BASED, like the title of the show, at drinkbloodofTyrants.com, and you're going to save 10% off your order at the checkout.
I made a good segue for you.
Yeah, that was perfect. We didn't even practice that. That was like Stockton and Malone right there. We didn't warm that up or nothing. That's been our show. We will see you guys on Saturday for the big show. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse, and stay based.